Kick and bank shot aiming systems can be very useful, especially if you don't have perfect intuition built up by countless years of practice and successful experience. But to use these systems effectively, you need to be able to make adjustments based on how a particular table plays. In this video, I'll first demonstrate a set of game situation examples where it helps to know the most common kicking and banking systems. Then I'll show how you can test the systems out on different tables with a standard set of shots. The first kicking system I'll look at is the common 2-to-1 rolling cue ball through diamond system. These are the standard 2-to-1 tracks. For example, if you aim from the fourth diamond through the second diamond on the opposite rail, you should hit the target. For detailed information and demonstrations for all systems used in this video, see the links in the video description. Here are some example shots where this system can be useful. Here, I'm kicking at the 8, and the cue ball is between the 3-to-1.5 track and the 4-to-2 track. Since the cue ball is closer to the 4-to-2 track, I do a 2-to-1 shift from there to find the required line of aim. Here, I'm just trying to get a hit on the bottom side of the 8 for safety. This time, I'm using my cue to visualize the tip position necessary to split the distance between my target and projected cue ball position. This is an easy visual way to apply the 2-to-1 system. Here, I am kicking at the 8 to attempt to pocket it in the side for the win. I am measuring this shot from the target rail, again doing a 2-to-1 visual split here between the cue ball and projected object ball target position. Here, I am using the cue to measure off and mirror the distance to the desired target position, which is another way to apply the 2-to-1 system. That's close. I hoped to make that, but things don't always work out. At least I left my opponent in a tough situation where I'm still probably a favorite to win. The 2-to-1 system also works for long kicks off a short rail. Here, the cue ball is very close to the 3-to-1.5 track, and I only need a slight 2-to-1 adjustment to find the required aim. A good way to aim bank shots is using my fast speed 1/3 more than twice system. With this system, instead of measuring through the diamonds, you need to measure across from the diamonds in the rail grooves. Shown here are the standard 1/3 more than twice reference tracks. For example, the yellow track is aiming across from 2 from 1/3 of a diamond past 4, which is twice 2. Again, for more information about all systems used in this video, see the links in the video description. Here's an example where I need to bank the 11 and stop for a shot at the 14. When the object ball is close to a rail like this, fast speed is not required since the object ball is guaranteed to be sliding into the cushion, as with fast speed banks at larger distances. With shots like these, where it is easy to visualize where the object ball will hit the cushion, I use numbers to aim the shot. The 11 will hit the cushion across from about 1.1 diamond. Twice that is 2.2, and I need to add 1/3 of a diamond, which you can visualize with your fingers. You can also just call 1/3 0.3 and add it to the 2.2 to get 2.5, which is where I need to aim from. As we will see later, this table requires a slight adjustment since it tends to bank a little long due to the softness of the cushions. When the object ball is far from the cushion like this, you can use the through diamond 2-to-1 system from earlier if you use slow enough speed to ensure the object ball rolls into the cushion. Here, I am aiming through 1.7 from twice that, 3.4, and making a small adjustment since the small cut to the right will impart slight left spin to the object ball, which will make it go a little long. But this doesn't give me a shot at the 8. A better plan is to use fast speed and draw. Here, I'm lining up across from 1.6. Twice that is 3.2, plus 1/3 is about 3.5. And again, I am making a small adjustment for the table and the slight cut-induced spin. The win is easy from here. Here's a useful kicking system when the object ball is close to a ball off a cushion. You just measure the distance from the required contact point on the object ball to the nose of the cushion and mirror that distance to the other side. This gives the required aim point on the rail regardless of where the cue ball is located. Here's a good example where I need to pocket the 8 for the win and a jump is too difficult. I just measure the distance from the required contact point to the cushion nose and aim at the mirrored point on the rail. Another useful kicking system is the plus system, used to aim 2 rail kicks off a short rail. The end rail diamonds for the system are numbered 3, 5, and 7. Whichever diamond number you aim at indicates how many diamonds the cue ball will head up table along the long rail. Here's an example. The cue ball is between the 5 diamond and 4 diamond reference lines, so by aiming at the 4.5 diamond point on the end rail, the cue ball should head 4.5 diamonds up table to pocket the 8. Here's another example where the 8 is not at the pocket. I first use the midpoint-parallel-shift system to estimate the direction the cue ball will head off the second rail. Then I am counting how many diamonds the cue ball needs to head up table. The cue ball is close to the 4 diamond reference line, and I do a 2-to-1 shift to find the required line of aim. Now let's look at how the systems work over a wide range of tables, starting with a Brunswick Gold Crown 5 at Matchups Pool Hall in Fort Collins, Colorado. For the 2-to-1 system, I will shoot along the 2-to-1 line and the 4-to-2 line. Both work very well on this table. For the 1/3 more than twice banking system, I will test the 1/3 more than 2-to-1 line and the 1/3 more than 4-to-2 line. Again, they both work very well on this table. Here are the 2 cue ball positions I will test for the contact point mirror kicking system. The golf tee marks the mirrored contact point on the rail. Again, both shots worked well on this table. For the plus system, I will test the reference lines for 5 diamond and 3 diamond shifts up table. Again, both shots worked well on this table. All of the standard kicking and banking systems work well on a typical Brunswick Gold Crown. Now I will test other table brands and sizes. This is a Valley bar box at Emporium Pool Hall in Fort Collins, Colorado. The test shots also worked well for all of the aiming systems on the Valley. The next table tested was an unmodified red label diamond, which is known to play short. As expected, the 2-to-1 kick comes up quite short. To pocket the shot on a diamond, you need to aim inside the system prediction. The 4-to-2 kick comes up even shorter. Again, this requires an aim to send the cue ball longer than the system prediction. The fast speed, 1/3 more than 2-to-1 bank comes up a little short but still goes. However, the 1/3 more than 4-to-2 bank comes up well short and requires an aim adjustment to send the object ball longer. The contact point mirror system works okay along one line, but doesn't work along the other, even at very slow speed. With the plus system, at typical speed and spin, the cue ball tended to come up a little short along both lines. Obviously, if you want to use the standard kicking and banking systems on a diamond table that plays short like this, you need to adjust your lines of aim to go a little longer. The last table I tested was my Olhauusen, previously owned by Robert Byrne. It performed well with the 2-to-1 kicks, but the ball banked long with the 1/3 more than twice fast speed banks due to the softness of the cushions. I needed to adjust the aim short to pocket the ball. The contact point mirror and plus system shots worked fairly well on this table. If you want to learn more about the kicking and banking systems used in this video, see the links in the video description. They offer detailed information, instructional articles, and video demonstrations for each system. If you want to use these systems, be sure to try out the test shots in this video to check any new or unfamiliar table. Also, be aware that changes in speed and spin can have a big effect on your results, so be very careful during testing, practice, and play, and learn how to make adjustments for different types of shots. Things can also change with conditions. With a new slick cloth, balls will tend to kick and bank long, and an older and dirty cloth under humid conditions will cause balls to kick and bank short. Also, equipment can be modified by table mechanics to play differently by changing the cushion type and how it is mounted to the rails, and by changing or modifying the actual rails. Always test out an unfamiliar table before you assume your kicking and banking systems will work as advertised. And do whatever you can to avoid kicks and banks in game situations. They are not high percentage shots and should be used only when you have no other good options. Good luck with your game from Dr. Dave.